one position in a company and you put a man and you put a woman, this is literally a study, I could Google it right now, literally they will be paid at a different rate. Why? Because the woman is seen as inferior. She is not seen as an equal, because you're taking like two completely different examples, like completely different sides. I'm talking about, no, take one position in a company, man and a woman, and then decide what they get. And then when you see that difference, then come back to me and tell me how that makes sense.
Are we talking like a CEO or something like that?
No, at a company, let's say, I don't know, an annulist. Like a man annulist and a woman, completely different pay. Completely different pay.
You want to know why? There's always an explanation for it.
Okay, I want to know why.
If you're going to talk smack, then we got to peel it back a layer.
You're right.
So, I'm telling you, there's a burden of performance on men financially where there's not as much on women. Women are far more likely to take off work and care for their children. A bunch of women I know, anecdotal and also shown in the studies, when a woman rises through the ranks and she has children, her mindset changes. Kids come first. Fuck the career. Men are willing to sacrifice a lot of things to go to work and provide for their family. That's why the traditional family has worked so long. The man goes to work, the woman stays and nurtures the children. It is what it is. That's just the way it goes. Men, there is a invisible burden of performance on us financially. That is why men make more money. That's why we take more risk. That's why we work more hours, because men know that their value is determined by how much money they earn. Now, you can complain and sit here, men make more money than women. They do, but that's by female choice as well. There have been feminists that have come forward. There have been feminists that have come forward and even said it, that the wage gap is a lie. Everyone knows it's a lie. I can't even believe we're even having this conversation right now.
We can move on.
I mean,
but like, you just also said that men make more than women. So at the same time, you're like, oh, but there's a wage gap. But then you said,
because the wage gap implies that women aren't being treated fairly. What I'm saying is that it's not that women aren't being treated fairly. It's that women choose to work less. Women choose to earn less money, period, by their life choices.
Is it a choice?
There's more women in college now.
Our, like, role as a woman? Please?
Can you let me? I was going to actually answer your question right now.
Okay.
Women choose to work jobs that make less money. There's more women in college now than ever before. Women choose these careers that pay less. The top 10 careers that make the least money are female dominated. Top 10 jobs that are that make the most money are male dominated. Science, math, and STEM. Engineering and tech. That's where the money is. Women choose not to go in those careers.
Okay,
and on
but
top
why
of that, women
is
dominate
that?
college.
Why?
By choice.
That's not by choice.
Okay.
How are you
I think it's a bit of a socio-economic construct.
until like 50 years later than men. Like literally throughout history.
When you go to college, who declares the major? You, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's your choice.
I think
No,
it's
it's not my choice.
deeper
There's
than
so
that.
much more. That's what I'm saying. There's just so much more like deeper than what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. No.
It's just like how women get
We're in
taught
a
to
fucking
love.
bizarre world. So you're telling me that you guys didn't choose your careers, you were forced into your careers that so
but we're
happen to pay less?
molded. We're molded.
Correct.
Molded?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me
you're
just
correct.
give you an example, right? When we're kids, as a woman or as a female child, you're taught like, here's Barbies, here's cute things. You be a girl, you're so pretty. Oh, look cute. As a boy, you're like, go play in the mud, go learn how to build this little bridge.
Correct.
You do get taught different things. It's not exclusive, but it is a thing. I grew up playing with a lot of boys, and I think I have a bit of a more alpha mentality, and I'm a bit more aggressive when it comes to business, and I have no fear when it comes to negotiating, and I read all the books about how to get more money, and like pitch anything, and these different books that could help me to stand up to men, because men and women do have different energies.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
I want to say this. So you were brought up a certain way, but you made choices to change, right? You read books, you read self-help books.
I did.
You
Yeah,
made
because I
choices,
saw
right?
past
Good.
it, but not all women get that opportunity.
No.
They don't
Correction.
always have the
No, listen. You made the conscious effort to make changes, improve, and compete with men. Correct?
absolutely.
Guess what? A lot of women don't want to do that, and
Of
it's a
course,
choice.
yeah.
So you guys can't sit there and speak for all women, because guess what?
That's true.
A lot of women don't want to work.
Yep.
A lot of women want a man that can provide for them. Most women, as a matter of fact, if pregnant, want their man to handle about 80% of the financial problems. Okay.
Yeah, because they're pregnant.
Okay, which is fine. We're not knocking it, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. It all comes back to choice. The problem is this, ladies. You want to be able to make your choices without consequences. But guess what? Men don't get that privilege, because everything you just mentioned, I have to compete with men, and men have to compete with men too. Welcome to the fucking firewall. You have to compete just like us. It's just that you want some kind of special privilege for competing because you're a woman. And I'm telling you, it ain't going to happen. Because if you want to compete with men, guess what? It's not fair pay for all. It's fair pay for performance, not fair pay for all. A lot of women have this communitarian mindset that I work the same job, I should get paid the same. That's not the way the world works. Sounds good on paper with communism, but it doesn't work that way. Men live in a meritocracy. We live where performance matters. 9 out of 10 times, when someone gets paid more, especially in a male-dominated environment, it's because they perform more. They work more hours, they did more sales, whatever it is. It's just that women want equal pay for equal job. That's not the way things happen, man. You got to perform, okay? So if you're going to compete with men who are willing to work more hours than you, that are willing to die to work, that don't have kids to
Not
worry
willing,
about,
because
etc.
pregnancy isn't.
But that's what I'm trying to say. They don't have, and it sucks for you guys that you might get pregnant or whatever. But that's what it is. You're competing. That sucks. That sucks.
It sucks.
But men want babies too. They want the women to have their babies.
But that's the point. It's all a choice, man. The thing is this: you guys want equal. You guys don't want equal opportunity. You guys want equal outcome, and that's not the way the world works, man. What you put in is what you get out. If you work less hours than a man, just because you have the same title, does not mean you're entitled to the same pay.
Who said you're working less hours? What if you're working the same hours?
A lot of women, that is a big, but here's the thing, that's a big factor in why women get paid less. Because they work less hours, their performance isn't as good, they take more time off.
But what if they work the same?
Rarely does that happen. If it does, the wage gap is, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you account for all these things, hours work, skills, hours experience, all these other things that come in that are very important factors in wage pay, the wage gap almost disappears. It almost vanishes when you compare apples to apples. It's not disagree. This is fact.
One quick point. A lot of men do overtime because they have no time to go home to take for kids, whatever. But women have kids, so they have to go home for.
Men don't have the burden of raising children a lot of times. Women do. So you guys have to.
But
focus
didn't
on
the
that.
men have the kids too with the women?
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well?
If you work, right, you're a single mom, and you're competing with a man, but he has a family and he has a wife at home. He's going to be able to work more hours than you. Therefore, he's going to make more money than you.
Right. Okay.
A lot of the times, women compete with men that don't have the constraint of child rearing. Period. That's why you get paid less by choice. You can't complain about the way things are. It's not equal. It's equal. You guys want equal outcome, man. That's not how it operates. It's equal opportunity, and then it's on you to perform. And unfortunately, a lot of times, men outperform women in the job space. It is what it is.
Okay. No.
It's just like you guys don't want to hear that. It's just like, you know what I'm saying?